Hey, this is Lucas and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at news concerning FTX US president thinking that the crypto winter is almost over. We'll be taking a look at some news on LiFi. We'll also be looking at XRP use cases and revisit a story about XRP being used in the music space. So stick around and I'll see you on the other side. So in this first story, we know that the SEC is giving crypto space a lot of grief. So Mark Cuban came out and was talking about the hypocrisy of the SEC. Take a listen.
SEC is incredibly hypocritical. You know, they talk about trying to protect investors. There are 16,750 pink sheet stocks. Probably about the number of tokens there are, probably, right? There is no protection for anybody anywhere coming from the SEC, and that already falls under their purview, right? They're supposed to be protecting you. And so when the SEC comes in and says they want to protect investors from crypto, they're not even doing their job with what the area they're supposed to do their job. And then you got the issue of their approach to trying to figure it out. You know, the SEC does this thing called regulation through litigation. Meaning they don't come out and say, here's the rules that we want everybody to follow. Give us your comments. They do what they did with Coinbase. They sue. It's not like someone today could just call the SEC and say, okay, we want to issue a token. We have this, crypto business. Tell us what we need to do. And so as a result, there's all this uncertainty, which is why you see more crypto companies in Singapore and the Bahamas and the British Virgin Islands, in Caymans, all these different places. And people are afraid to do anything here. And now you look at the big companies like Coinbase who create jobs and are trying to do it right. They're getting fucked over.
So maybe if there's large investors like Mark Cuban who have a lot of pull and a lot of contacts, maybe if these guys start complaining more openly about the SEC and what a poor job the SEC is doing managing this crypto market, maybe the more that'll put pressure on the Congress to actually get up and pass some legislation that helps push forward this crypto market here in the US. And in this next story, we are seeing that there's a little bit of Coinbase FUD out here. We see that it says Coinbase posts 1.1 billion loss, falling revenue in Q2. Coinbase released its second quarter earnings on Tuesday afternoon, posting a loss of 1.1 billion on revenue of 803 million. Both figures fell short of analyst expectations and are below what the company posted for the first quarter of the year. This, to me, I don't know if this stuff is put out to FUD the market to get the prices down, but this is not really news. We're just in the middle of the bear market and people aren't spending money like they were a year ago. Just remember that they formed that new partnership with BlackRock. It says that Coinbase and BlackRock announced a new partnership Thursday to allow BlackRock clients to trade and manage crypto in-house. And this was from August 9th. The partnership combines services from Coinbase Prime and BlackRock's Aladdin, both of which serve institutional investors. In a year or two, you're going to see their stock back at all-time high. So lately during this bear market, we've seen a lot of news about MicroStrategy and Michael Saylor and how he's lost MicroStrategy like $1 billion or whatever. But here, I wanted to show you an interview that he did just recently with Stanberry Research, or a clip of the interview where he talks about the volatility in the market.
Do you think this makes the case that maybe Bitcoin just is not for everyone? That this is extreme volatility?
I think that the way to think about investing in Bitcoin is you should only invest what you're going to hold for 4 years or longer. And ideally, it's generational wealth transfer. And then you should dollar cost average into it. And for the average person, if they dollar cost average into it as a strong long-term store of value, they'll be fine. So if you think of that and you say, I know I'm going to hold at least 4 years, then it isn't that anxiety. And we've outperformed every asset, every big tech company, every enterprise software company, 97% of all the companies using this strategy. So if the volatility is the price you pay for the performance. And if you can't stomach the heat, right, you can't be in the kitchen. So I would rather win in a volatile fashion than lose slowly. in a non-volatile way.
So in this next bit of news, we see that we are probably going to be heading back into a bull market pretty soon, whether it's the fall before the election or towards the end of the year. And we also have now people like this FTX US president saying that the crypto winter is starting to thaw. And he gave a little interview down here. So let's take a listen to the beginning of it.
Make of this Coinbase BlackRock news, Brett?
So it does seem to be that the winter is starting to thaw here. Prices are obviously rising, and what are we actually seeing here? A lot of these sort of forced liquidations in the market, they're starting to come to an end. No more news about different either exchanges or lending platforms going under. Voyagers returning funds. Large undeployed venture capital is starting to be deployed again. And then, of course, this news coming out with Coinbase and with BlackRock showing that the institutional demand to be able to trade crypto through some of the more traditional huge players in the market is not slowed down. And in fact, as the saying goes, that this is the time to build. People are obviously building now. And as we start to come out of this winter and people are trading again, the tool of the capital will be in place to do so. And of course, all of this against the backdrop of more progress in Congress. Savin Al-Boozman coming out with their big crypto bill, a lot of positive signs around that, all in bringing positive sentiment to crypto markets and to the equity markets that are relating to crypto.
So if you could tell, there's been a definite shift in tone the last, probably 2 weeks. We went from the cryptocurrency platforms and exchanges will be crashing. Everything is going to be going into bankruptcy. And now we're starting to see they're ramping up for the next bull run. So I do want to start covering some LiFi news. I know that it's basically a different sector, but I think it plays a huge role and it intertwines with cryptocurrency really well. LiFi is going to lay the new internet foundation for all of these emerging technologies to work, like AI, cryptocurrency, and the metaverse. And in this first LiFi news, we see that official Linux kernel release includes LiFi powered by Pure LiFi. And Pure LiFi is the company that is really at the lead for developing and implementing this new technology. The story says that the latest Linux kernel upgrade release 5.19 includes Pure LiFi's LiFi drivers. This is the first time a LiFi driver has been included in a major operating system upgrade. So this is kind of like crypto. This stuff is happening. You're just not hearing about it. But in 2 to 5 years, these new technologies will be everywhere. And if you are interested in LiFi technology, there are some great sources that you can watch, kind of like the Harold Haas TED presentations that he did. And there is a LiFi conference presentation here by a Mark Fleshen. I haven't had time to watch it yet, but I am definitely going to. As an investor, or if you're wanting to be an investor, one of the important things to do is make sure that you are front running new technology and making sure that you're on top and you know about it before the guy down the road at the barbershop knows about it. And I saw this tweet yesterday. This is pretty interesting. It says that the XRPL helps solve real world problems across all industries. And this is from Ripple X at Ripple X Dev. And if we take a look at this over here, it gives pretty much the use cases for XRP. So this kind of lays out what they are doing. One is micropayments, cryptocurrency wallets, their exchanges, stable coins, NFTs, DeFi, and CBDCs. Now, we've heard a lot about the CBDCs lately, and we are seeing now that XRP and Ripple are getting involved in DeFi and NFTs. And if we scroll down here, we see some of the things we're doing, like the coil, the web monetization, where they are monetizing web pages through the payments of XRP. So if you're interested in this, I would definitely go over to this xrpl.org and look at the use cases. And let's remember what we're looking at when we see this. What we're seeing is an actual outline of how XRP and Ripple will be the financial backbone for all future financial transactions. And this next story kind of dovetails into the last story where we were talking about the use cases for the XRPL. And this news is a couple years old, but I thought I would touch back on it because not a lot has been said about it. and that is Raised in Space. Now these guys, it's a new company, and one of the founders of this company is Scooter Braun, and they are trying to change the way the music industry is monetized. And here we'll hear a small clip of Scooter Braun talking about this.
Things are great right now. We are thriving, we are flying, and we don't need to figure out efficiencies and cost cutting. We're not looking to tighten our belt. Bring us the next Spotify, bring us the next TikTok. As an investor, that's going to have an influence on what you're going to put your time, energy, and resources into, right? So for us, it was really getting a sense of alignment between what we saw was outdated and what the industry saw was outdated. And we came to two massive pain points that we decided to focus on.
We had to say, what does data mean for music? And what are we missing when it comes to the use of data that can help us derive the insight we need to scale an artist? So audience is one of the biggest things that we're doing when we say break an artist. What does that actually mean? It means taking an audience from 0 to 100 million, 0 to superstar. How do you take someone from 0?
So let's talk about who Scooter Braun is. He is the manager of some of the largest entertainers in the music industry. And it's not like that he's, a manager of a couple garage bands out somewhere in California. He is the manager of people like Justin Bieber, Kanye West, Ariana Grande, and Usher. So Ripple made sure to tap the person that would have, the most pull in the music industry. And here's a picture of the Zach Katz, Scooter Braun, and Brad Garlinghouse from Ripple. And I think this project, the Raised in Space project, is going to be a lot bigger than what we think, and a lot bigger than just artists getting payments through XRP cryptocurrency to go around the music industry. I think this project is going to involve the use of XRP for marketing new entertainers in the metaverse, for XRP to help mint NFTs for these new artists and promoting them. So this is going to be a big project. I don't think people really understand how big this will be. It will encompass everything from micro payments to metaverse and NFTs. So that's going to do it for this one. Let me know in the comments what you think of this Tornado Cash drama. Do you think the Tornado Cash will be successful if they challenge the US on these sanctions? Or do you think it's just going to be a big money drain? Also, what do you think of the scope of XRP's reach with all of their use cases? Are you excited for XRP in the music space? I am, but let me know in the comments. Also, please like and subscribe. That would really help me get this channel some traction. And until next time, take care.